Hello everybody, this is Radial616. In this video I'm going to show you the 3 starter warframes for those who did not start playing it yet. I'll start off with Excalibur. Alright, Excalibur is the melee focused warframe. He has some good crowd control abilities, and he's an overall very solid warframe. He has good abilities, he has great stats. He has good stats for survivability, and also he has a really cool skin and helmets. That's a little side note. Alright, let's go over the abilities first. Without mods. Alright. Slash Dash. Slash Dash is a it's basically him rushing forward and cutting an enemy. It's affected by range mods and strength mods. Radial Blind. This is Excalibur's best ability in my opinion, because it simply blinds enemies for a certain amount of time, for a certain duration, and lets you kill them with one hit or one melee hits. It basically opens up enemies for finisher damage. Yeah, never mind. Alright, it's affected by range and duration. Radial Javelin. Radial Javelin is basically him throwing out, or more like summoning spears and just shoots them in enemies' directions. This is, in my opinion, Excalibur's least it's a good ability, but I don't use it much. It's not really useful for me. I prefer using Radial Blind, Slash Dash, and Exalted Blade instead of this Radial Javelin. It's affected by strength and range. Final ability is Excalibur's Exalted Blade. This ability is his Exalted Weapon ability. The other warframes who also have Exalted Weapons abilities are Valkyr, Ivara, Wukong. You could say Mesa, I'm not really sure if it's correct, but yeah. This ability is affected by duration plus efficiency, strength, and range. Well, the range is only for the little blind thing. Alright, I'll go on to his little build I made. It's not good. I don't really use him much, so I didn't put a format in him. But this build works for me, so I'm using it. Didn't have a real good reason to use format or put a format in him, since there are no high-end and high missions that require me to do so. So I decided to max out his armor, so I just put a maxed out steel fiber, maxed out, well, this couldn't really be maxed out that much. It's not really high. Only has 45 armor, 45% armor, and then United, which is the aura mod. I used to go with rejuvenation instead, which gives me a little bit of healing, but I replaced it once I put a Life Strike mod on my melee. I got some energy for me, rage to restore all the energy once it's gone, and again it works really well with the Life Strike. Sorry, I'm a bit out of my mind. I'm a bit dizzy right now, so I'm gonna make a lot of mistakes in this video. Intensify for strength and Streamline for some efficiency. The duration, I don't really care for the duration on him, because I simply slide in, blind enemies, kill them really quick, then leave. Alright, this was my build. I'm using Broken War. Gotta put the right build on. Alright, this is it. His exalted weapon, the exalted blade, is affected by the mods you put on your melee weapon. It's affected by your attack speed, by the channeling cost and damage, and by your elemental mods. I'm not really sure about the physical damage, but I am sure about the status mods. Alright, so I put on him some corrosive, heat, life strike, prime fury, and prime pressure point to lift up the damage a little bit. I used to have spoiled strike instead of jagged edge, but I decided to take it down for extra attack speed. Also, Excalibur's passive, I forgot to mention it. He deals increased damage and attacks faster when wielding swords. This applies to swords. Swords, great. God damn it, I also forget this. Great swords, dual swords, I think. Dual swords. Are there actually any dual swords? No, only that one. Only the Dakra, Dex Dakra or something. Alright. What the hell is this noise? Never mind. Anyways, I'll take some enemies. I'll take the corrupted bombats. Level 60. Simulates. Alright. Slide in, like I said. This is what it does. This is how it blinds. Alright, another thing about Excalibur. Whenever you block damage in front of you, well, actually he auto parries too, like this. So he's kind of tankier from the front. Alright, this is how you actually do the life strike thing. You channel yourself, frame, and attack. For each enemy hit, you restore yourself some health. So going with the maxed life strike may not be always the best idea. Alright, the slash dash. Launches himself towards the enemies. I pressed only once and he did it a few times, knocking down all the enemies or killing them. And then you have Radial Javelin. He attacks them. He blinds them just a little bit, but not very much. Boom. Alright. Some health. The radial blind, just like the slash, slide attack, it's the same thing essentially. Alright, I've lost all health, all energy I had, so I'll just finish them off. This. Also tested this build against level 80 bombards, but I don't really think it's that important to test it out against level 80 enemies, because there aren't many missions right now that require to go against level 80 enemies. Alright, let's go to the next warframe. The next one is Mag. I don't have a regular Mag, I have only the Mag Prime. So I'll show off her stats. Well, it doesn't really matter. I'll show you the abilities. They're pretty much the same abilities. Alright, first ability is Pull. She pulls enemies and stuns them. Usually they also get knocked down. Yeah, that's pretty much it. They don't really come standing near you or in front of you. They get pulled back, all the way back. Usually to me, anyways. It's affected by strength and range. Next ability is Magnetized. In my opinion, it's her best ability right now. What it does is simply creates a bubble, placing an enemy in the middle of the bubble, and every bullet that flies in the direction of the bubble or gets inside the bubble is being sucked inside the bubble and hits all the enemies inside. This is really, really good if you're against high level enemies, because the bullets are pretty much being used against them. So if they're high level, it means they have more damage, and if they have more damage, they deal more damage themselves. It's affected by strength, range, and duration. Next ability is Polarize. Polarize is Her used to be her corpus killing weapon or corpus killing ability. What she does is breaks the enemy's shields, and if you have the mod for it, half of the shields broken are being planted into your own shields. It's affected by strength and duration and range. Final ability is Crush. Crush is not a really good ability, but it is what it is. What it does is grabs enemies and simply damages them in place. It might kill, might not. It's not really strong. It's affected by range and strength. Alright, I honestly forgot how I build her. Oh yeah, right, I build her for the Polarize ability. Duration, strength, not that much, and range. I went for a lot of range. Again, it's not a warframe that I use a lot, so I did not put a lot of effort into building her. I went for Resurrection, which is not a mod that I love that much. It's kind of useless. Shields in Warframe are kind of useless, but just to go with the gimmick of Mag, I decided to give her a rank 9 Resurrection for the shields. Vitality for Rage, because this is how I restore myself energy. Intensify to bring back up the strength a little bit. Prime Flow and Prime Continuity. Also overextended and stretch for the range. Rifle Lamp, because she uses more her primary and secondary weapons rather than the melee. Because she uses Polarize, and this is my Polarized build. Alright. I took Pox because it simply takes off the enemy's shield, making them easier targets. I'll take this time the Sancti Tigris. It's okay. And it doesn't really matter about the melee weapon. I'll go this time with heavy gunners. Here they are. Heavy gunners. Level 60 again. I don't want to get obliterated. Mag is not a really strong warframe. Alright. And okay, now I'll put it in once they're stunned. See the range. I can. Ah, fuck! I activated the wrong ability. Sorry, guys. Okay, this is the Polarize. Enemies are being sucked into it. You still take a bit of damage inside, not much. I'll break their shields. Now go for the pucks. Here we go. They lost their armor. Well, one of them, and now they're killed easily and blown off. Okay, yeah, that cleaned them all. That was a nice demonstration of the Polarize ability, I think. Simulate them once more. And pull. Yep, this is pull. Pull. And this is the Magnetized. They don't have any shields, so this ability is not really good against them. They're gonna be sucked inside. I'm gonna do this. Okay, better. Tigris. See, it does a bit less damage. With the Pox, though, removing all of their Ash! Oh! Okay, almost died there. Stay inside. Don't come after me. Okay. No more armor. And boom. And boom. Okay. I'm gonna summon some Corpus to show you how her ability removes some of the armor, some of the shields. My bad. Again. Corrupted crewman. Simulate. half of it. It's not that good. They nerfed this ability. So Mag is primarily for players who want to try the caster's frames, I guess. Beats me. Next we have Volt. This is Volt. He is the electricity warframe. His abilities are as follows. Shock. He shocks an enemy. Wait, mods. Okay. He shocks enemies. Simply sends out a little line of a little bit of lightning. The lightning may and may not go from an enemy to an enemy. It's affected by strength and range. Speed. Speed is his favorite ability. Most of the Vault users love speed. What it does simply gives you a sprint boost for a short amount of time, and if you have his special mod for it, it lets you shock nearby enemies while you run. This is what I use. This is affected by duration, range, and strength. Strength is for the speed. The stronger you are, the faster you are. His third ability, which is one of my favorite abilities in the game, Electric Shield. What it does is simply blocks any damage delivered to you by absorbing it into the electric shield. It's not effective against melee enemies because they simply get inside and hit you, but it's effective if you stand behind it, and it protects you and allies against it. You can also pick it up. It's affected by duration, and if you pick it up, it's affected by efficiency. Last ability is Discharge. This ability lets you electrify or electrifies enemies in a set range. It goes from an enemy to an enemy. It stays there for a little while, good for CC, and yeah, that simply lets you stroll around after you've electrified enemies. I don't think it has enemy affection limitation or something. Usually hits all the enemies for me. Alright, his little build I made for him, Steel Charge. I really love using melee weapons with him. He's really beast with them. Narrow-minded for duration. Shocking Speed. This is the mod I told you about. It deals damage to enemies nearby. Vitality, because why not? Redirection, I gotta replace this one, actually. This one is a bit this is not a really good mod. I don't like redirection. I used to have it because I replaced capacitance with intensify, and what capacitance does is it converts damage dealt to enemies using your 4 into shields, over shields. This is why I used it. I don't need this anymore. It's not really helpful. Transcend Fortitude for some extra strength and intensify. Vitality because, again, why not? Prime Flow because, you know, you always need that extra energy. And Volt's Prime is one of the 2 warframes that have the highest amount of energy in game. The other one is Siren. Prime continues you for duration, and that's it. Alright, for the weapons, I usually love using heavy weapons on him. I love the Jetki Tag, I'll use it. As for the secondary weapon, it doesn't really matter, but I'll take Excalibur to show you also. Oh, I forgot another thing. His shield ability also adds damage to your ranged weapons. And I'll take the Vectus, a sniper. He works well with snipers. Alright. This time I'll take the heavy bombers again. Got this. Select all. I'll raise them up a bit. Level 80. Okay, first I'll show you the shield. Shield, put it down, pick it up. Then you're restricted to only using your melee and secondary. Sprint. I've chucked the shield. Okay, here we go. Look. Chuck some discharge. Boom. You're electrified. Boom. It's that's it. He's down. X again. I'm gonna put a shield here and a shield here. I'm gonna put another one here because this one's gonna. Okay. Boom. 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 Okay. It doesn't add a lot. It doesn't add a lot of damage, but it still does a little bit, which goes well. You see, they're being electricity procs. I'm gonna use. Okay, it travels between enemies. You see, max affected. Shocked. So walk. Yeah. This is Vault in a nutshell. When you activate your sprint, his melee weapon goes really fast. Since I don't use Fury on my Jackie tag, I use Bazooka. I'm gonna show you how the Berserker works. I'm gonna get obliterated again, but I don't mind. Yep. Fell down. And again. Joy. Alright, these are basically the 3 starter warframes: Vault, Mag, and Excalibur. I gotta say, most of Mag users or Mag starters don't really seem to enjoy her, so I'd suggest you to keep her for a bit late, to a bit of a late game, or at least after you tried first Excalibur and Vault, or Vault and Excalibur. Depends on who's your starter frame, because they're really good frames. Mag is questionable. Well, anyways, this sums it up. These are the 3 starter frames. You should check this video before starting off playing, or don't, because I did an awful job explaining them. Sorry again. A bit nervous, a bit nauseous, a bit dizzy. It's been a long day. Well, anyways, thanks for watching my video, and bye.